Hey, it's Lily. Let's just listen to a story together. Tonight's tale isn't just about love, but about secrets, cameras that never sleep, and the kind of betrayal that hides behind perfect Instagram smiles. Stay close, because nothing in this family is what it seems. The first time I saw the late-night visitor, I thought it was the delivery guy returning for a signature he forgot. That's how ordinary it looked. Just a shadow on the porch, a slice of motion caught by the doorbell camera. But then the door opened before the chime finished, and Mrs. Vale stepped into the frame like she'd been waiting in the dark for a cue. I wasn't snooping, I swear. I just have access to the doorbell app because I'm the babysitter, and they want me to see packages, or if someone rings while I'm in the backyard with the toddler. It's practical. It's trust. And it's the 3 dots at the bottom of my phone that say, View History, which I don't usually touch because I like keeping this job and I like paying for my summer classes without asking my mom. But that night, the app pinged at 12:42 a.m. while I was in bed, and I tapped it without thinking. I expected a cat, a raccoon, the wind. Instead, I got Mrs. Vale opening the door in an oversized sweatshirt with a hotel logo and bare legs, whispering, "You're late," and a man laughing low so the camera picked only the shape of his mouth. I locked my phone and lay there listening to my own heart. My ceiling glowed with streetlight, and my mind did the thing minds do when they don't want to know what they're already pretty sure of. Maybe it was a neighbor. Maybe it was her brother. Maybe it was a brand collab photographer, because that's a thing in their world. Lights, tripods, clean kitchens at midnight. The Vales are an Instagram family, not the cringy kind, more like the glossy magazine but relatable kind. There are sunrise smoothie bowls, matching holiday pajamas, pool days, with a toddler in a sun hat shaped like a strawberry. They are pretty and orderly and brand safe. I know because I filmed some of it, capturing authentic moments that require 3 takes and a lint roller. I'm 17. I babysit. I'm not stupid. I've also seen the way she checks herself in the reflection of the patio door, the way she angles her chin just so, the way she laughs louder when Mr. Vale's friends are around, like suddenly there's oxygen again. But she is kind. She texts me, "Home soon." When she and her husband are out, she lines up cut strawberries for the toddler in a perfect red row. She overpays me when a brand uses my footage. She is not a villain in sequins. She smells like coconut sunscreen and orange blossom detergent. She says sweetheart to me the way my own mom does when she remembers she used to. I first met them in March, on a day so bright it made the pool look fake. Their house is upper middle class in the way our realtor calls aspirational. White stucco, a blue door, a palm tree that sheds like a cat. Inside, it's pale wood, white rugs, gold accents, almost no clutter. The toddler, Ava, has a playroom with bins labeled in a font that looks like it knows French. The backyard is the crown jewel, pool glittering, a grill that looks like a spaceship, loungers with striped cushions, a covered patio with swings that are more for photos than sitting. The doorbell camera is nestled under the eaves like a quiet mole. My second week, Mrs. Vale asked if I could stay late because she had an interview early the next morning. She meant a brand shoot, but she always called them interviews. "It's a lot of smiling and pretending I painted the nursery myself," she said, rolling her eyes. "Can you be here at 7? We'll be back by 9 at the latest." Her phone was face down on the island, but it kept lighting up with Instagram DMs, little hearts floating up like tiny balloons. Mr. Vale is different. He's a finance guy. He says so like it's a punchline. I'm a finance guy. Don't at me. He's nice enough. The kind of dad who spins the toddler too high and then apologizes. His laugh is a ceiling fan. He leaves early, returns late, eats from takeout containers, and stretches on the floor like a dinosaur waking up. He has a best friend, Gabe, who comes around on Sundays to watch games or, if there's no game, just watch the pool. Gabe calls everyone boss, including me. He has a truck with a dent in the back and a sticker that says, "Support your local." I never asked support your local what. The affair, if that's even what it was probably in the early stage because I never noticed anything more than electricity that wasn't meant for me. That night with the doorbell, the camera didn't catch more than a hug, a long one, her face hidden in a shoulder, his hand on her hair. It could be comfort, grief, medicine. You can justify anything if you refuse to zoom all the way out. The next morning, I was at their house by 7. The kitchen smelled like cinnamon and the citrus spray she wipes everything with. Ava toddled into me with both hands up. "Up," she said, which is ironic for someone who is basically half helium. I lifted her and she giggled like wind chimes. Mrs. Vale came down in leggings and a sweater, hair in a low bun. No makeup yet. "You're an angel," she said, handing me a neat list. Snacks, nap, songs, the no screen time rule that always cracks by afternoon. "We'll be back by 9, she said. 10, latest. Is everything okay?" I asked, and immediately hated myself for sounding like a Hallmark card. She smiled, but the edges frayed. "Just long week. Thank you for being here. By 11, the home soon text chirped onto my screen. At 11:30, a second message. Running a tiny bit late. Can you stay till noon? I could. The rate they pay me, I could stay forever. At 12:10, I got a heart emoji and on our way. But hour confused me. It was just her at the shoot, right? Sometimes words give themselves away and you can't do anything but pretend you didn't see. They got home at 12:20 in separate cars. She drove the SUV. He drove his own, as if they'd met at a halfway point and remembered they share a child. They moved around each other in the kitchen like practiced strangers. He kissed the top of Ava's head. She opened the fridge and frowned at lettuce. I packed up my things. "How'd it go?" I asked. "Good," she said. "Tiring." She turned to me like she'd remembered something she'd planned to say earlier and forgot. "Hey, do you mind staying late this Friday? Date night." Mr. Vale's head swiveled a little. "Friday?" I thought that was ... The collab, she said quickly. "They want a live. We can move date night, or call it both." She smiled at him, then at me. It was like watching someone untangle a necklace while standing in a moving elevator. I said yes because you always say yes to the person writing your transfer to savings. But later, at home, after dinner, after my little brother's TikTok volume hissed through his door, I opened the doorbell app again. I don't know why. Maybe because Friday was 3 days away. Maybe because the first ping had turned into a splinter my brain kept pushing its tongue against. There were 2 more late-night clips since that first one, both around midnight, both with the same hoodie on her, the same quick way she opened the door. The man never fully turned to the camera. In one clip, he brought a paper bag with a bakery logo. In the other, he took her hand, and she tugged him inside like a joke they'd been telling all day finally got its punchline. I locked the phone and stared at the wall. I thought about losing this job, like letting a rope burn through my hands. I thought about how many groceries it buys, how many lattes it buys, how many tiny sanity-saving things you don't say out loud it buys. I thought about Ava's strawberry hat. I thought about how the adult choice is not always the moral one. Then, because I am me, I tapped the search bar at the top of my messages and typed, Mrs. Vale. I scrolled to last summer's texts to remember when I started. I saw my first day. Pool day. Bring sunscreen. I saw her, thank you, thank you, thank you, after I stayed late when a brand requested a sunset shoot. I saw a draft I never sent from 2 nights ago. Everything okay? It sat there like a swallowed word. On Friday, the day unspooled as usual. The house was a still life of lemons and beige blankets. I fed Ava cheese cubes and blueberries while she watched her own fingers like they were fireworks. At 3, the pool guy came. Silent, sun-capped, smelling like chlorine. At 4, a delivery of matching sweatsuits. At 5, Mr. Vale texted me, which he rarely did. Appreciate you tonight. No emojis. Efficient gratitude. At 6, he left with his gym bag. He said he'd be back by late, which is a sentence that is both helpful and nothing. At 7:15, she came downstairs in a sundress that made her look like both the advertisement and the person who clicked it. She'd done something to her eyes that made them glossier. She'd done something to her mouth that made it braver. I'll be in the studio, she said, motioning to the office where she films lives. Just DM me if you need me. Kidding. Text. I'll keep my phone on silent, but I'll check. She laughed and then stopped laughing midway like she tripped on air. She went live at 7:30. I could hear her voice through the wall, pitched higher for the algorithm. Hi, friends. Okay, tonight we're talking summer routines with toddlers. Ava came toddling into the office at one point, and I scooped her out like a rescue mission while Mrs. Vale narrated it. Real life, you guys. With a wink. Thousands of hearts escalated in a vertical blur. After, she came into the kitchen and hugged me for real. You're saving me, she said. Her phone buzzed on the island, face down. A name flashed upside down. A first name only, bold and short, as if written with a thick marker. At 9:12, the doorbell chimed. My thumb flew to the app. The camera showed the porch light catching dust. I've got it, she sang over her shoulder, like it was a Postmates driver. She opened the door in a cardigan thrown over the sundress. The man stepped into the wedge of light. I recognized the baseball cap before anything else, the logo of the bar all of Mr. Vale's friends go to. The brim shadowed his face, but his jawline was a fact I knew the way a regular knows a bartender's rhythm. He laughed low. You said 9:30, he said. And then the camera caught a sliver of his profile when he looked down to toe off his shoes. Gabe. I didn't breathe for a beat too long. Ava, asleep on my shoulder, made a small, complaining sound. I swayed to soothe her and tried not to drop my phone. In the frame, he put his hand at the small of her back like he was helping her over a curb. She closed the door with that same practiced softness you learn when you live with a baby. I'd always thought of Gabe as extra furniture, the kind of person who belonged to the house without being in it. He was funny in a way that didn't require effort, older than Mr. Vale by maybe a year, single in the way men stay single when their friends get married and they play uncle. He didn't flirt with me. He didn't flirt with anyone. He just existed like a couch with 4 arms. In the kitchen, she poured 2 glasses of water and smoothed her hair and laughed like laughter itself was something you fizzed with a spoon. I couldn't hear much from the baby monitor soundless feed, just the visual of two adults being too quiet. Now I had a dilemma. You can't Google. Do I tell Mr. Vale? Do I tell anyone? Do I protect the person who pays me and the child who calls me B, short for B, which is me, and also the insect that keeps this family pollinated? Or do I protect the father who says, appreciate you without emojis? Or do I protect myself and pretend I didn't see? At 9:50, my mom texted, "Home soon?" I typed back, "A little late tonight," which was both the truth and not a truth at all. The house felt like a library after hours. The pool light made ripples onto the ceiling like moving fingerprints. From the office, I heard a drawer slide. From the hall, a whisper. From the doorbell camera feed, a still porch. Empty. At 10:30, my phone buzzed again. "Everything good?" From Mr. Vale. He doesn't text when he's with Gabe. Tonight, that sentence crashed through me like cold water. I thumbed, "Yes," and added a smiling face I didn't feel. Then my screen lit with a notification from the doorbell app. Motion detected. Backyard. Nobody enters the backyard except the pool guy and butterflies. I tapped the live view. The camera on the patio showed two figures in the reflection of the glass. Her cardigan, his cap in his hands. They were facing each other in the dark, the pool beyond them like a TV on mute. She said something that made both of them go still in a new way, cutting the air into squares. He did that hand-through-hair move men do when they are either apologizing or planning to. She shook her head, then nodded, then pressed her palms to her face like prayer without a god. Ava stirred and whimpered. I rocked her and whispered, "Shh, shh," to a child who didn't know the world had tilted. When I looked back at the phone, they were hugging, not kissing. Not anything you could screenshot and send to a judge. Just holding on like two people on a small boat watching a storm approach. The kind of hug that tells the truth and hides it at the same time. I could say something. I could walk down the hall, tap on the glass, and make their faces change shape. I could text Mr. Vale right now and set someone's life on fire. I could also put the baby down in her crib, gather my backpack, and tell myself stories about neighborly bakery deliveries. But there's a new layer to the fear now, because it isn't just an affair if the man is your husband's best friend. It's a betrayal shaped exactly like the house you live in. At 11:05, the front door opened and closed softly. I checked the camera. Gabe stepped out, cap back on, shoulders squared like men who plan their posture. He paused at the end of the walk, turned toward the street, and, this is the part I can't stop replaying, looked straight up at the doorbell camera lens as if he could see me through it. Not long, just a beat, the smallest nod. Then he walked out of frame. The app asked if I wanted to save the clip. My thumb hovered over save, over delete, over the silence between. Upstairs, a floorboard creaked as Mrs. Vale moved like a person moving through new gravity. My phone buzzed again with a message from Mr. Vale. "Gabe with you or you alone?" A neutral question. A landmine. I stared at the question until the dots pulsed and vanished. Somewhere in the house, a faucet ran and then stopped. My reflection in the black screen looked like someone older than 17. I typed 3 letters and deleted them. I typed 5 words and deleted 4. Then I wrote the smallest truth I could live with and hit send. Just me and Ava. I didn't sleep. I played dead under a blanket and watched the doorbell app thumbnails float through my head like alphabet magnets in a sink. By morning, my phone was at 3% and my brain at 0. I plugged in, showered with the water too hot, and kept hearing his question in my head. Mr. Vale's text. Gabe with you or you alone? Like a knock I hadn't answered properly. The smallest truth is still a kind of lie. I told myself I was protecting the toddler. I told myself I was protecting my job. I did not tell myself I was protecting Mrs. Vale. But when I thought of her cardigan sliding off one shoulder in the patio reflection, my stomach fell like an elevator missing a floor. At 9 a.m., the Vale's account posted a story. Slow morning after a big night toddler snuggles plus coffee. A boomerang of her mug. A close-up of Ava's foot in pajamas with tiny pears on them. Then a slide of her face with the caption, "Thanks for all the love on last night's live. You're my people." She looked like she'd slept, or like makeup had made the decision for her. In the background, if you listened close, you could hear the doorbell chime, a memory captured by algorithm. At 10, she texted me, "Any chance you can swing by at 2? Short content shoot by the pool. Brand wants summer safety tips, LOL. I stared at LOL. It wasn't laughing. It was buoyancy. I typed yes. I got there 15 minutes early because that's how you pretend you're in control. The pool looked aggressive in the noon sun, all diamonds and blue glass. The patio smelled like sunscreen and the grapefruit hand soap she gets in bulk. She had laid out props, SPF, a floppy hat, inflatable armbands. Ava was chewing on a silicone teether, content like a tiny monk. "You're the best," she said, hugging me with just shoulders. "I need like 4 shots. We'll be done fast." I lifted the camera and did my thing. It's weird to say, but I'm good at making their life look slightly better than it is. My hands know their angles now, how the light slides across the pool tiles at this hour, how to catch the baby's blink in slow-mo so the lashes look like a lullaby. We did a clip about shade, one about hydration, one about keeping your phone in a shaded pouch, which made us both laugh too hard. When she held up the doorbell cam app to show how we always check who's here before opening, my hand shook. "Are you okay?" she asked lightly, still turned toward the lens, profile perfect. Her voice didn't drop. Her smile didn't shift. But her eyes cut for a fraction of a second to my wrist, to the tan line where my own cheap bracelet usually sits when I'm nervous and twirling it. "Yeah," I said, too quickly. "Son, we wrapped in 25 minutes. Ava banged a spoon on the table and said, "Moo," at the neighbor's dog. Mrs. Vale packed away the SPF like it was evidence. Then, casually, she said, "Do you mind watching her for a little while?" "I need to run an errand. Just an hour." "Of course," I said, because of course. She set her phone on the island. It was face down, and a text slid across the top anyway, bright even through the glass. "Today?" From a name I knew now by the shape of it. She turned it over with a click. "Work," she said, as if I'd asked. She didn't look at me. She kissed the top of Ava's head. Back soon. When the door closed, the house exhaled. I bounced Ava on my hip and set her in the high chair with blueberries. She squished one like a tiny meteor. The air conditioning hummed. I cleaned the counters with the citrus spray until the whole kitchen smelled like pretend sunshine. At 2:40, the front door opened and then paused, like someone remembering their own key code. I glanced at the doorbell live view. Mr. Vale, in a t-shirt and his work slacks, holding a brown paper bag. His hair looked like he'd tried to smooth it down with his palm and lost. "Hey, B," he said, stepping into the kitchen and then stopping like he'd entered the wrong movie. "I didn't know you were here today." "Just for a shoot," I said, "and watching Ava while she errands." He put the bag on the island. "I brought sandwiches. You want one?" He does this sometimes. Feeds whoever is standing there as if food is apology currency. He peeked at the baby. "Hey, monkey." He rubbed his face with both hands and looked older than yesterday. "You saw her live last night?" People messaged me at work about how cute it was. "Yeah," I said. The word had the weight of glass. He glanced at the doorbell tablet mounted near the pantry, the home hub they never use because everything is on their phones, and tapped it to wake. A timeline of last night's pings bloomed up like a medical chart. My body locked. "Did the pool guy come late?" he asked, squinting. "There's a motion at like 9? The backyard camera picked something up. I tasted battery acid. "Maybe the cat?" I said. "Their neighbor has a cat named Oliver who patrols like he pays the mortgage." "Maybe," he said, distracted. "I wasn't here." He scrolled. His finger hovered exactly over the clip I'd watched 5 times with my heart in my mouth. I discovered a new religion in that moment, and it was called "Please Let the Buffer Lag." The thumbnail was just night, and the pool light. No people. He tapped, and the clip expanded. He watched a rectangle of dark for several seconds while the AC clicked and clicked. On the screen, 2 vague figures moved in the glass reflection like fish on the far side of a tank. You wouldn't know who. You'd barely know what. "Huh," he said finally. He swiped out. "Glitch, probably." Then he added weirdly, "You'd tell me if you saw anything weird, right?" He was staring at the screen, not me. He said it like a parent asking if the child needs to pee before a long drive. My mouth opened. The truth rose to my tongue and then stopped. "I'd text you," I said. My voice came out far away, like I was lying on the bottom of the pool and speaking up through the water. He nodded. He reached for the paper bag, pulled out a sandwich, and then didn't eat it. "Gabe says hi," he said, like it was a normal sentence to throw into a kitchen. "He might swing by Sunday to watch the game." "You around to help with Ava? I think we're doing a little pool hang with some people." "Yeah," I said, and my heartbeat bumped so hard I felt it in my teeth. After he left for his office upstairs, I set Ava down for her nap and sat at the island with the doorbell app open and my finger shaking over the cloud icon. Shared users get a different menu than owners. I could save clips, but I couldn't delete them from their account. I could only delete my own copies. I hovered anyway. I looked at the list of shared users and saw my name, my email, and then his, Gabe's. He was on the account. Of course he was. He's at their house all the time. But the last login time was right there, 1:03 a.m. He'd watched it too, or some part of it. I locked the screen like it had burned me. At 3:30 she came back. She was flushed like she'd walked fast, and there was a new grocery bag in her hand filled with boring things like paper towels and oat milk. "Did she nap?" she asked. And I told her yes, and tried not to stare at her mouth to see if the lip gloss was new. "Thank you," she said, not looking at me long enough to catch me looking at her. She pulled a 20 from the drawer, then another, and pressed them into my palm. "For the extra time." "I was already here for the shoot," I said. "I know," she said. "Thank you." She touched my wrist with her nails, just a brush against skin. We're lucky to have you." I biked home in a wind that felt like it had rules I didn't know. My phone buzzed 3 times while I was pedaling, and I ignored it because both hands needed the handlebars, and also because I did not trust what any words would do to me while moving. At my kitchen table, with the fan stuttering above me, I checked. A text from my best friend Mari. "You ghosting me? Come on, chaos spill." A group chat meme, and then a DM request on Instagram from a private account with no posts. The DM preview said, "You're in over your head." I didn't open it. I put my phone face down and drank water like I could drown it. At 5, Mari called anyway. "Okay, your read receipts are a hate crime," she said. "What's happening? Is rich baby melting? Are you finally quitting that cult?" "It's not a cult," I said. "It's a very organized lifestyle." "Stop," she said. "Come over." "I can't." I could. I didn't want to say things out loud. If you say them, they become furniture. "I'm making boxed brownies," she said. "I will put frosting on them and sprinkles and an apology if they're dry." "I'm fine," I said. And she sighed in a way that told me she didn't believe me and also wouldn't push. That night I dreamed I was in their pool at midnight, my clothes heavy, my phone glowing at the bottom like a lure. When I woke up, I had a text from a number not in my contacts. "Sunday is still on. Bring sunscreen." Gee, I knew people who share doorbell access also share Wi-Fi occasionally, and then your phone gets sucked into people's group texts like a leaf into a filter. I told myself that. Still, my thumb hovered. I typed back. Got it. Sunday arrived like heat in a parked car. The sky was bleach. The Vales had invited 3 couples, 2 with kids and 1 with a golden doodle that ignored the "no dogs in the pool" sign, and later posted a picture of its wet snout anyway. There were white platters of cut watermelon, a bowl of lime wedges, a stack of striped towels that matched nothing, and thus everything. Music was playing from a playlist called Vibes. That was all songs about summers that cost money. I wore a one-piece with shorts and a t-shirt over it because I don't own the kind of body you casually set down by a pool where momfluencers film. I spent the first hour retrieving small people from edges they believed were sidewalks. Ava refused to nap. The golden doodle ate a blueberry off the floor and looked at me like we shared a secret. Gabe arrived late, of course. He always did. The gate clicked and there he was. Cap, t-shirt, a 6-pack of sparkling water like a joke about being responsible. He bumped fists with Mr. Vale, hugged 2 of the women in a perfectly calibrated side squeeze, said boss to the guy who works in real estate. He didn't look at me. I didn't look at him. We became negative space around each other. From the grill, smoke curled like someone drawing with a pencil in the sky. Mr. Vale handed out burgers on paper plates. Mrs. Vale snuck a fry and laughed when her friend swatted her hand. "Content!" someone yelled in a friendly way when she held up a mocktail with a lime, and the light hit the glass like a small star. She took a story clip, tagged 3 brands, and then set her phone face down next to a bowl of chips with her life accounted for in 15-second increments. I was cutting grapes in halves when I felt someone standing just to my left. Too close for accident. "You okay?" Gabe said without saying hi. He didn't touch me. He didn't even look at me. He watched the pool like it was a sermon. "I'm working," I said. "Yeah," he said. He popped a grape in his mouth. "You're good at it." "I've had practice," I said, and put the knife down because suddenly my hands were glass again. He took a breath like about to dive. "I'm not," he started, and then stopped, then started again. Nobody gets hurt. Is that a plan or a hope? I asked, surprising myself. A commitment, he said, choosing the word like it had a taste. I won't let that happen. You can't promise that, I said. I looked at him then, brief and sharp. He had that look men get when they've been alone long enough to love the idea of being chosen more than the person doing the choosing. He wasn't evil. He was just hungry. He sucked in his cheek, the jaw muscle flicking like a switch. You saw the camera. Not a question, not an apology. You're smart, and you've got skin in the game. Don't say that, I said, my voice sandpaper. I have a job. That's it. That's not it, he said softly. You care about that kid, and about her, and him. You care about not blowing up people's lives. You're his best friend. I said it quietly, like maybe if I put less air behind the words, they'd be smaller. He flinched like I'd flicked water at him. I know. He stared at the pool. A toddler squealed. Someone laughed. On the table, a phone vibrated, and 3 adults lunged to check if it was theirs. This started stupid, he said. It should stop. It will. He inhaled, exhaled. But if it doesn't today, it still will. That's not how time works, I said. And he gave this sad little half smile like he was grateful and not. Across the patio, Mrs. Vale called my name. Can you film a quick thing? She asked, voice bright, hair in a scarf now like a French movie. Just me asking people their #1 pool rule. It's for a reel. Snappy answers. I took the phone she offered and circled the group like a game show host. Watch your kids. Hydration. SPF, baby. No glass. No running. Everyone loves a rule when it's fun to say. When I got to Gabe, he met the lens straight on and said, "Don't lie to the lifeguard." He said it like a joke. Then he half smiled in a way that made it not. Later, when people had left and the light turned that syrupy late afternoon shade that makes even the garbage bins look cinematic, I started gathering towels. The house felt relieved, tired, like someone who's been smiling for 2 hours and can finally drop their cheeks. Mr. Vale stacked plates. Mrs. Vale took the trash out to the side yard and stayed gone for a minute too long. Ava toddled to the sliding door and pressed her hand to the glass. "Gabe," she said, pointing toward the driveway. The name came out sticky, like Gabe. She'd said it before. She knows him, of course, but saying it right then, in the silence after a party, made my scalp prickle. Mr. Vale chuckled. "Yeah, he was here," he told her. And then, to me, "She's obsessed with him." He does the dinosaur voice. "Rawr," Ava agreed. She thumped her tiny chest. "Gabe, rawr." I smiled because my face knows how to do the right thing. On the island, the doorbell tablet chimed. New visitor detected. It was the delivery driver dropping off a package of wooden toys someone on the internet said improves attention spans. The camera caught the driver's shoes, the mat that says, "Hi," and then a sliver of a black SUV idling at the curb. My stomach did that drop again. Black SUV. He drives a truck. She drives an SUV. This one had dealer plates. New. Unrelated. I told my nervous system to stand down. By evening, the house was back to its curated quiet. She texted me a thank you with 3 sparkles. He sent a Venmo with a memo. Lifesaver. In the comments under the reel we'd filmed by the pool, people wrote things like, "You're such a good mama," and "This is why I follow you," keeping it real. And your babysitter is the sweetest. We saw her at Trader Joe's once. Mari texted heart eyes at the reel and then, "Is that the hot friend?" And I didn't answer. At 9:30, I was home, face washed, fan on, door cracked, when my phone buzzed with another DM from the private account. Clock is ticking. I clicked through to the profile this time. No posts, followers hidden, following 5 accounts, 2 local restaurants, a gym, and both veils. In the profile pic, a gray circle. It could be anyone. It could be a bot. It could be a bored cousin. It could be a person who knows what my thumbs know. I typed, "Who is this?" and then deleted it. I typed, "Lose my number," and then deleted that because DMs don't have numbers. I typed nothing and took a screenshot and felt ridiculous, and also suddenly very 17. Monday morning school. I tried to write an essay about the ethics of silence in modern media, and accidentally wrote about pool light on water and the way a front door opens in the middle of the night. My teacher, who has a nose ring and a yard of patience, asked if I was okay when I handed it in late, and I said, "Yeah, sorry, weekend." And she nodded like weekends are known to break people. After last period, my phone vibrated with an event reminder I'd completely forgotten I'd accepted. Family planning session, color-coded in beige. On the Vale's shared calendar they sometimes invite me to, so I know when they'll be home. It was scheduled for that evening at 7, in their living room. I stared at it. The title was the kind of corporate euphemism you give a marriage talk when you want to set the table with something besides knives. At 5:45, she texted, "Can you come at 6:30? Just to keep Ava upstairs until we finish a conversation. Should be an hour." She added a white heart, and then, after a beat, "You're a gem." At 6:30, the house smelled like rosemary chicken and the faint metallic tang of worry. I carried Ava upstairs to her room with the star projector nightlight and sat on the floor reading the same picture book 6 times while my ears did satellite dish impressions. Downstairs, murmurs, a door closing softly, the scrape of a chair. At 7:10, an alert from the doorbell. Visitor detected. I glanced at the monitor on the table. Yeah, there are a lot of screens in this house. If you stacked them, they'd make a ladder to the moon. And saw the front porch in gray twilight. The door opened. Gabe stepped inside. I hadn't realized I'd stood until the book fell to the carpet. Ava looked up at me with serious eyes and then plopped onto my lap like I was the floor. On the monitor's downstairs cam feed, I saw 3 adults in the living room, standing, like pieces moved to the edge of the board. This wasn't a late-night whisper or a poolside almost kiss in the reflection. This was a meeting, with the lights on, with him invited. I picked up the book with hands that felt like mittens and started to read again, too loud. "The red balloon floats over the..." My voice cracked. Downstairs, voices sharpened. The crowd roar sound of the TV clicked off. The baby monitor doesn't carry the downstairs audio well. It lifts the edges and drops the middle. I caught only fragments, like puzzle pieces. Out of respect. We're not... Should have told me. Not about... It just happened. The toddler, bored with my fake enthusiasm, slid off my legs and toddled to the door. I scooped her up and whispered, "Adventure?" which usually buys me 5 minutes. We went into the hallway, and I stood at the top of the stairs where the landing has a view of the photo wall. Engagement shoot, wedding day, baby announcement, Christmas cards, and just enough of the living room to see shoulders and backs. Mr. Vale was standing very straight, hands on hips, like a PE teacher who's decided to be reasonable. His face was the color of copy paper. Gabe had his cap in his hands again, twisting the brim a quarter inch left, right, left, like a worry bead. Mrs. Vale was in the cardigan. It was hot outside. It wasn't a cardigan night. She held the sleeve in her fingers like a talisman. "I wanted," she started, and then stopped. She took a breath that was almost a sob or almost a laugh. I couldn't tell. "I want to feel wanted again," she said finally, each word laid down like a tile. The kind of sentence you don't say unless you've been practicing it silently for days. "I know that sounds honest," Mr. Vale said, and for a second, my heart split open a little because he was either a very good man or he had decided he'd be one on purpose, right now, in front of other people. "It also sounds like a cliff you step off." Gabe rubbed his face. "I didn't come here to ask you to forgive anything," he said to Mr. Vale. He didn't look at her. "I came because secrets rot things, and because," he swallowed, "because she asked me to." The clock on the wall ticked like a small bomb. The air felt full of moths. "Are you in love?" Mr. Vale asked, but the way he said "you" made it two people. Nobody answered. Or maybe they did, and my ears lied to me. Ava clapped at the clock, delighted by the sound only she could enjoy. I stepped back into the shadow, my knee hitting the wall. All three heads turned toward the stairs. I froze, but there's no way to be invisible with a toddler on your hip who thinks stairs are Broadway. "Up," Ava informed them, which is not helpful intel. "It's okay," Mrs. Vale said, voice steadying in that hostess at the party way. "She's fine." Mr. Vale's eyes flicked upward and found mine. It was the first time all night I felt 17 in his gaze. He gave a tight nod like, "You can exist." He turned back to the men. We're not breaking up our family tonight," he said, like he was setting a boundary for a dog who wants a steak. "We will figure this out, in daylight, with rules, and probably a therapist." Gabe put his cap back on. The movement looked like defense. "I'll go," he said. "But before I do," he trailed off, looking at her finally. "Tell him about the camera." My body moved before my brain approved. I came down 2 steps, then 3, and stood there like a lamppost with a baby. "It just picked up motion," I said, and realized how insane it is to volunteer in a room where you're a footnote. "Sorry." I dash. All eyes went to me. My chest buzzed. Mrs. Vale's mouth softened. She said, so gently it almost made me cry. "You shouldn't have to." Mr. Vale put out his hand, stopping some sentence none of us wanted. "You saw something?" he asked me directly. No anger. Just a need to know if the ground was floor or ice. "I see everything," I said, and then swallowed, because that sounded like a threat and I didn't mean it as one. "I mean, the app. It alerts me for packages and raccoons and sometimes motion. That night it was motion, he repeated. He leaned back like a boxer measuring distance. "I'm sorry," I said, even though that word didn't fit anywhere. "I didn't know, tell, stop, save. I didn't all of it." Gabe cleared his throat. "I looked too," he said, and now there was shame in his voice, and something like relief. I wanted to see if I'd been seen. You wanted to see if you'd been seen, Mr. Vale repeated, and the sentence folded in on itself like origami. He smiled, a tiny, bright, dangerous thing. The kind of smile someone has when a joke occurs to them in a courtroom. Well, now you have... He gestured toward the front of the house with 2 fingers. Go, he said to Gabe, the word light and devastating. We'll talk when I can hear my own thoughts. Gabe nodded. He didn't look at me. He didn't look at her. He walked to the door. He paused with his hand on the knob, the exact spot I had watched in grayscale so many times. He didn't turn around. He said, not to the room, but to the light fixture maybe. I'm sorry. Then he left. The door clicked. The house breathed. In the silence that followed, the doorbell chimed. Not with motion, with a visitor. I glanced at the tablet on the wall, and so did Mr. Vale, at the exact same second, like we were synced up. The camera showed the porch and the street behind it. A car idled. A figure stepped into frame. It was Gabe, only it wasn't. It was another man, taller, darker hair, same cap, different logo. He rang the bell and stepped back into the light, and my stomach evacuated, because I knew him too. Not from the Vales, from Instagram, from stories, from tagged photos of date nights, from comments that said, bestie, and uncle. He was the guy always at the edge of the frame, the one who did brand shoots sometimes, the one who took the candid pregnancy photos. He was not Gabe. The doorbell chimed again. The man looked directly into the camera and smiled, like he knew exactly who was watching. Who is that? Mr. Vale asked, voice rough. I opened my mouth, closed it, and in the insane slow-motion moment before anyone moved, the tablet lit with the name the doorbell app had recognized from previous visits. Helpful and terrible, and not Gabe at all. Evan, Dad's best friend. The words burned on the screen like a caption under a photo you'll never forget. The new visitor knocked lightly and said, pleasant as a weather report, it's me. I swear the air in that house tilted. It wasn't just silence. It was a pause so sharp it could have cut the carpet. The doorbell's cheerful chime still rang in my ears, even though it had stopped. Ava clapped once, confused, like the sound was a game. Evan? Mr. Vale said, half a question, half a recognition his body had already accepted. His best friend, his shadow, his Sunday grill partner, his brother from another mother, the line I'd heard 100 times. Downstairs, Mrs. Vale's face drained like someone had pulled the plug. Her hand went to her mouth, then fell to her side. I didn't know he was... You didn't know? Mr. Vale's laugh was quick and cruel. You didn't know he'd show up at my door? You didn't know my own best friend. He broke off, shoulders rising, jaw flexing like he was chewing on rocks. Evan knocked again, softer this time. Hey, man. It's me. Just open up, the toddler squealed. Gabe! From my arms, because of course she couldn't tell the difference between 2 tall men who both showed up too often. My whole body felt like I was holding a firework that could explode in any direction. Mrs. Vale whispered, Please don't let him in right now. Why not? Mr. Vale said, sharp as glass. You let him in every other night, don't you? The toddler wiggled, sensing the heat but not understanding it. I bounced her on my hip, shushing, praying her little voice didn't echo the wrong syllable at the wrong second. The tablet by the pantry glowed with the feed. Evan stood on the porch, hat pulled low, shoulders relaxed like this was just another casual Sunday drop-in. But he wasn't smiling anymore. He wasn't casual. He was waiting. Mr. Vale's eyes cut to me. "Take her upstairs," he said flatly. Now. I obeyed before my legs could argue, carrying Ava up the stairs while she patted my cheek and said, "Bye-bye, bye-bye," as though leaving the living room were the end of a play date. My heart banged so hard against her small body I worried she'd feel it and remember it forever. On the landing, I paused, because that's what I always do. I watch from the edges like a ghost. From here, I could see part of the living room, part of the front door. Mr. Vale opened it. Evan stepped inside like he owned the air, like nothing about this was dangerous. He clapped a hand on Mr. Vale's shoulder, the same move I'd seen 100 times at barbecues and football games. "Man, I've been trying to reach you," Evan said. "Easy. Too easy." Mr. Vale didn't move. His voice was a strangled thing. "You've been here," he said, "not reaching me. Here, in my house." Evan's gaze flicked once, too quick, toward Mrs. Vale. Her cardigan sleeve was twisted in her fist. Her eyes begged in silence. "Don't," she mouthed. But it was too late. "I should have told you," Evan said, lowering his voice. "I should have... Look, it started stupid, all right? She just needed to feel..." "Don't say it," Mr. Vale snapped. His hand shot up like a stop sign. His face was red now, not pale. Alive, furious, betrayed. "Don't you dare say what my wife needed." The toddler wriggled again, whining now. I backed further into the hallway, away from the stair rail, whispering nonsense into her ear. "Shh, shh, it's okay, just a game," while my whole body wanted to vanish. Downstairs, Mrs. Vale finally spoke, sharp and breaking. "Stop. Please, just stop talking about me like I'm not here." She looked between the two men, then right up toward me, though maybe she wasn't looking at me, maybe just past me. "I'm the one who started it, not him, not anyone else. Me." The words cracked through the room like lightning. Evan rubbed the back of his neck, a man trying to look smaller than he was. "She's not wrong." But it wasn't one-sided. Mr. Vale laughed again, but this time it was hollow. "My best friend. My brother." He looked at her now, his face twisted with something worse than anger. "And you." He stopped, swallowed. "While my daughter sleeps upstairs, while I'm working, while dash. He turned toward the stairs suddenly, eyes landing on me again. "You knew." The words slammed into me. Not a question, a verdict. I almost dropped Ava. I didn't..." My voice came out thin and small. I saw the camera. I didn't..." "You knew," he repeated. His voice cracked on the word. He didn't shout. He didn't need to. The weight of it pressed me down until I thought my knees would buckle. "I'm sorry," I whispered. Ava clung to my hair, confused. Mrs. Vale stepped forward, her face wet now. Don't put this on her. She's just a kid. She's been protecting all of us, in her way." "Protecting us?" Mr. Vale barked out a laugh. "By lying? By keeping this circus quiet?" He pressed his hands to his face, dragging them down slowly. God. Nobody moved. The house was a tomb. Then Ava decided to break the spell, pointing toward the three adults and declaring in her bright, sing-song toddler voice, "Gabe Rawr." The sound was so absurd, so innocent. It made my stomach twist. Evan flinched like he'd been shot. Mrs. Vale covered her mouth with her sleeve. Mr. Vale closed his eyes, the corners tight, as if the name itself was the cruelest proof. And that's when my phone buzzed in my pocket, loud in the quiet. Everyone turned their heads at once. I fumbled it out with shaking fingers. On the screen, another DM from the private account. Now he knows. What will you do? The blood drained from my face. My hands went cold because someone was watching. Not just me, not just them. Someone else, outside this house, outside this mess, already knew and was waiting for me to choose a side, and I didn't know whose side I was supposed to be on. I don't remember deciding to sit down, but suddenly I was on the stairs with Ava in my lap, clutching her like a seatbelt. My phone buzzed again. Another DM. Tick-tock. It felt like the words were echoing inside the house, like whoever sent them wasn't miles away but right outside, waiting in the dark. Downstairs, Mr. Vale was pacing now, one hand in his hair, the other gripping his phone so hard I thought it would snap. Evan stood near the door, arms crossed, jaw tight. Mrs. Vale leaned against the wall like it was the only thing holding her up. "I can't even," Mr. Vale muttered. Then louder, "You're supposed to be my brother. You were supposed to protect us." He turned, pointing at him, at her, at both. "Instead, you..." "What? You sneak into my house like a thief?" "I never meant..." Evan started. "You meant every second," Mr. Vale cut in. "Don't pretend this just happened." "It did," Mrs. Vale said, voice trembling. "It wasn't planned. It wasn't dash. Stop," he snapped. "Just stop lying to my face." Ava squirmed in my lap. She was restless, sensing everything without knowing any of it. I stroked her hair, whispering, "It's okay, it's okay," even though it wasn't. My phone buzzed again. This time, a photo. My stomach turned cold before I even opened it. It was a screenshot from the doorbell camera feed, the one from Friday night, the one of her and Evan in the backyard reflection, holding each other, saved, sent to me. I nearly dropped the phone. My hands shook as I shoved it face down on the step. Someone had access. Someone was watching. I looked down at the shared users list again, remembering. My account. Mr. Vale's. Mrs. Vale's. And Evan's. But what if it wasn't him? What if it was someone else? Someone who shouldn't have access but did. Mrs. Vale's voice floated up the stairs, gentle but urgent. "Take her upstairs, please." I froze. Not because of her words, but because of the tone. It wasn't protective. It was pleading. Mr. Vale caught it too. "No," he said flatly. "She stays. She knows everything already. Might as well have an audience for the finale." The word finale made me shiver, like this was a play, and the curtains were about to drop. Evan sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose. "Look, man, we messed up. We crossed a line. But don't act like your marriage wasn't already." "Don't!" Mr. Vale growled. "Don't you dare finish that sentence." Ava suddenly pointed toward the front door, her tiny finger jabbing at the glass. "Knock, knock," she chirped, and then it happened. A sharp rap on the door, 3 times, loud, deliberate. Everyone froze. The doorbell chimed and the tablet lit up. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't stop myself. The live feed glowed. It wasn't Evan this time. It wasn't delivery. It was a man in a hoodie, face shadowed, standing too close to the camera. All you could see was his mouth, and he was smiling. The same smile I'd seen that first night when I thought it was just a delivery guy. Mrs. Vale's hand flew to her throat. "Oh my God! Who the hell is that?" Mr. Vale demanded. The man on the porch leaned closer, his lips moving silently, until the camera's audio caught one phrase, clear and low. "Let me in." My phone buzzed one last time. A DM. No words, just that same live screenshot from the doorbell app. But now the caption read, "Choose your family, or I will." And that's where tonight's story leaves us, with questions hanging in the dark and choices that could break everything apart. Sometimes the truth hides in plain sight, waiting for the moment it can no longer be ignored. Until then, remember, every secret leaves a shadow. This was Lily. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.